I am a huge slasher fan. I love these kind of movies, and I feel like there is a certain way to do them. And I always like when movies try to buck that trend. They take some of the tropes, but they change things about. And so what if you left the summer camp? What if you left the suburbs, left the dark American backwoods, and went up to the freezing Norwegian mountains? Well, you end up with Cold Prey, the first film in this trilogy from Second Sight Films, and it's one of those films that reminds me how simple it can be to set up a slasher. You just give a good group of people an interesting location and let the carnage, well, you know kind of what comes after that.
Hello?
The film follows 5 friends heading up the Norwegian mountains for a snowboarding trip, and it's all full of energy and fun, and everything is just great until one of them has a really bad accident, and then suddenly it's all about survival. It's about being out in the open. It's trying to find shelter, food, warmth, the basic necessities. They're too far from help. There's no proper phone signal, and the weather is against them. So when they spot an abandoned hotel, but this hotel is a little bit of a spooky location. It feels like a place with history, and not necessarily a good one. A place that people abandoned and left behind. A place where something bad happened previously, long before these characters arrived.
Okay, vi blir her til I morgen. Ja, god idé. Skal vi gå og sjekke ut stedet da?
And you get that lovely horror feeling of characters walking into a story that was already waiting for them. There feels that there is a history there, and this is another chapter in the carnage that's there. And for me, the location is really unique. Not just the abandoned hotel, but the snow-covered mountains are wonderfully shot at the start. They're very different. It just leads you into that different kind of feeling. The sun is out, but you know it's cold. It's got this thick white snow. It just looks very different. When you get to the abandoned hotel, it is incredible as well. It has scale, but it also feels trapped from the outside world. It has these long corridors, these empty rooms, this old furniture. It has these spaces that feel really lived in, but dilapidated, as if it's been scarred by something that's there.
Hva alt er for noe?
Ser ut som sånn gjenglemt lager av noe slag.
And because it's set in such an isolated location in these mountains where there is no help, where they have an injured party, it takes away a lot of the questions that you have with slashers. Why don't they just run? Why don't they just get in their car and drive away? They can't. The weather, their injured friend, they're trapped. Great. It takes away a lot of those tropes from films where you're screaming at the characters to do something. This time, they physically can't. One of the things that really captured me almost immediately was how likeable the characters were. And that's something that a lot of slashers don't have. Yes, they have disposable victims, people whose entire purpose is to scream, run, look hot and die. Here, they feel like they've got a little bit of a purpose. They're characters that are interesting. They joke with each other, they tease each other. They're in relationships that are messy and complicated. They have these insecurities. They are believable in a sense that these people have a bit of a history as well. And that matters because you like them. You buy into them. You don't want to see them die, but you know that something bad is going to happen to most of them. It's not reinventing the slasher formula, but it understands that a slasher is always stronger when you've got victims that you really care about.
Ja, men er ikke en sånn som må push-grensen, vet du? Ja. Hele tiden på konstant søken at det ultimate rushet.
The colour in this one, simply the mounted man, is simple but effective. He isn't a wisecracking slasher. He is one of those stoic, larger than life. He's a presence. Less Freddy, more Michael in this game, and it doesn't overcomplicate it, but it does give you a nice kind of backstory for this character as well. It's not fully fleshed out, but it's something that I really enjoyed in this film, and that leads into the sort of atmosphere that the film has, and that's what I really appreciated about Cold Prey. It's not desperately trying to be clever or self-referential or poke fun at slashers that came before it. It's not winking at the audience, and it's not parodying other slashers. It's just delivering a really solid, good slasher. Now that sounds simple, but I've seen countless films that prove that otherwise. For me, the film works best because it's clean and it's confident. It doesn't have a large body count. It doesn't need constant gore. It doesn't need some ridiculous mythology behind the colour. It just gives you all the kind of simple aspects of a slasher and puts it together really well. Not to say that it's absolutely perfect, and not to say that it's a masterpiece or it works incredibly well. It's not perfect. If you're looking for something that's going to reinvent the slasher genre, you won't get it here. This is something that follows the footsteps that's been laid before it. But honestly, that doesn't bother me much because the film is exciting enough within the execution rather than what it's doing in a story level. The second sight release is, of course, a big part of why I'm talking about this. They've put the Cold Prey trilogy together. I had never seen this and had often wanted to, and I eagerly dove into the first one. And I'm going to jump into the disc and have a look at the extras with you now. Here we are in the disc for Cold Prey. Let's go to the extras. First up, we have an audio commentary with the director and the main actor. Then we have This is the Vibe, an interview with the director, which runs for 22 minutes 21 seconds. He's talking all about the idea of the film, getting together with the producers and ultimately making it, finding the cast. Then we have Draw the Process, an interview with the main actress, which runs for 18 minutes 55 seconds. Again, similarly, how she got the role, how she kind of worked into it, her thoughts on the character, changing hair colour really helped her, and just kind of finding the role. Then we have an alternate ending which runs for 2 minutes 36 seconds. It is a storyboard ending because they want to do a kind of larger fall for the main villain, and it's an attempt to show that. Then we have Behind the Scenes, which runs for 21 minutes 43 seconds, which is filming some sequences, some talking heads as they're making the film. Then we have the visual effects of Cold Prey, which runs for 23 minutes 27 seconds, showing how a lot of digital effects were added or clean up certain aspects after the creation of the film. It's really kind of fascinating if you're into that kind of thing. Then we have the car sequences, which is 11 minutes and 1 second, which shows them rehearsing the car sequence at the start of the film and then the sequence shown after that. We have bloopers, which runs for 8 minutes 45 seconds. Then we have the short film Mountain Rose Runs Amok, which is 2 minutes 18 seconds, a little fun just kind of short handheld horror thing. Then we have An Evening in the Green, which is another short which runs for 3 minutes 44 seconds, and it's just kind of fun killer appliance type of movie. Then we have a music video for Bloodlight's One Eye Open, and that's the extras for Cold Prey. There you have it. Disc 1 from the Cold Prey trilogy was really solid. Didn't reinvent the slasher genre, didn't have to. Gave me characters I liked, gave me a unique location, gave me some fun action set pieces and a great atmosphere. For me, it's a really strong opening film here. Yeah, kind of slasher that I would enjoy revisiting. It's not just ticking the boxes, I suppose, in the tropes for slasher. It does something a little bit more than that. Not too much, but enough just to make it interesting. I'm really looking forward to watching part 2 now, which I'm going to do right now, I think. So let me know your thoughts on Cold Prey. Let me know in the comment box below whether you love it, hate it, or fall somewhere in the middle. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.